Hi students, in this lecture we will understand the second feature of macro facility, that is conditional macro expansion. You already know what is macro expansion. So macro expansion is nothing but substituting a macro call with its macro definition. So the conditional macro expansion means while expanding a macro call, instead of having all the instructions in the macro definition, only few instructions can be selected to be present in the extended code. That is, in this conditional macro expansion, the programmer will be selecting only few statements which are present in the macro definition in the to be present in the extended code. So how it is achieved? This is achieved by using two macro processor branch pseudo-ops. One is AIF and another is AGO. So what is AIF pseudo-op? So it is a conditional branch pseudo-op, and the format of this is AIF. You have got expression and sequence symbol. So this AIF statement evaluates the arithmetic expression given in the statement, and if this expression is found to be true, then the control is transferred to the given sequence symbol. If it is false, then the program execution starts from the next instruction in the macro definition. So now the next one is AGO. So AGO is an unconditional branch instruction, and the format is AGO, just it will have only sequence symbol. So this statement just transfers the control to the given sequence symbol. That is, it is nothing but a go-to statement. So now let us understand this conditional macro expansion by using this AIF statement by considering an example which I already provided you in the notes. So when you observe the program here, this program has got three sets of continuous code. So actual case, you have to define three macros. But if you observe the second and third one, they are nothing but a part of first one. So now we combine all these three sets of codes into only one macro definition by using your AIF statement. So here is the one where I have written a macro definition. So the macro definition starts with a macro pseudo, then the name line. I have given the name for this as vary, and when you observe here, you have got four variables. Loop 1 is the label, and these three are your variables that are present in your operand fields. So along with this, I'll add one more variable, that is ampersand count. You know, every dummy argument must be preceded by the ampersand sign. So here I'll write how many arguments are there. I have got 5 arguments. 1 arg0 is the label argument, and count is the number where you are selecting how many statements must be present. Then arg1, arg2 and arg3. So this is the macro name line. So now while writing the definition, so I'll start with arg0, a1 comma arg1. After this, I'll write the AIF statement. Count is equal to 1. I'll write dot fini. Here dot fini is the sequence symbol. Then I'll write the second statement. Again one more AIF statement with the count is equal to 2. Then the third one. Then I will mend. I'll write the end of the macro definition, that is by using your pseudo-op mend. So now where is the sequence symbol, this dot fini? It is in the label field of this mend pseudo-op. So now this is your macro definition. So now I'll write one macro call where I have supplied the label arguments are loop 1, vary, then count. I have kept it as because first I want all the three statements. So I'll write the count as 3. Then the order is data 1, data 2, data 3. So when this macro call gets expanded, so where is the macro name? So it comes to this macro definition. So arg0 is replaced with loop 1, a1 comma, what is the first one? Data 1. Then AIF. So it tests whether the count is 1. Is it 1? No. That means the expression is false. So it writes the second statement. That is A2 comma arg2 is data 2. Then again AIF statement evaluates the count field, that is this is not equal to 2. So the control goes to the next statement, that is the 3 also will be produced. After that it ends. So now when you observe, all the 3 statements are present in the expansion because you have written the count as 3. So now somewhere I will write another macro call, but here the change is instead of 3 I have selected only 2 and the 2 data. So the order is data 3 and data 2. So when this gets expanded, so your arg0 is replaced with loop 2 and the first one a1 comma, what is the first argument that is applied? Data 3. Then AIF, is the count is equal to 1? No. That means it goes to the second statement and that will be written. Then the second AIF statement. So here the count is 2, here also count is true, so your expression is true. Then it goes to the instruction which has in the label field the sequence symbol, that is dot fini. So where is this dot fini? It is meant. That means it is the end of the expansion. So you have got only 2 instructions. Then the third macro call, what I have written here, count I have kept it as 1. So the first one will be expanded as loop 3 because arg0 is loop 3. Then you have got a1 comma, what is the data provided? Data 2. So then AIF statement sees that the count is equal to 1, then it goes to the sequence symbol, that is meant, so it will stop expanding. Thank you.